Hi, North Plainfield. Today I'd like to show you how you can use the annotation features in Zoom to edit your screen during a presentation. So let's say I've got this map of the world up and I want to be able to draw on top of the map, kind of as if I was displaying it on my board and I wanted to write on my board on top of the document. Here's how you can do that in Zoom. Now this only works on a Mac or a PC. Chromebook, the Chrome operating system, does not support this feature, so you can only do annotations or use the whiteboard app perhaps if you're using a PC or a Mac. But first, let's go into Zoom. Now I've already got one open. I don't have my camera on or the microphone on for this because I don't need it, and also because I have my face over here. But what I would need to do first to do annotations is click on Share Screen. And then I want to click on the tab where my image is. I have a bunch of tabs open, I know that, but I want to edit the one with the map on it. So by clicking on this particular tab, it's actually for this window. And if I were to open up more tabs on this window, they would be shared with my students as well. I prefer sharing specific tabs instead of my entire screen, because my entire screen will show all the extra Zoom stuff like the chat and the participants window, and I don't want my students to see that. So I'm just going to choose the window I have open that I want students to see, in addition, of course, to my face. So that's this one. I'm going to hit share. And what will be showing on the screen in Zoom is this screen only. Now what I want to do is I want to annotate. You may have noticed at the very top of the screen that you have a bunch of options. You can check the Participants tab from here to let students in and out of the waiting room. You can check chat by going over to More and then Chat. So if students are asking you anything, you can read chat. And again, because I'm sharing only the window, this actual tab here, students will not see this box even though I'm sharing my screen. But what I want to show you guys today is the annotation feature, which is pretty cool. You may have noticed it. It's up in the top bar. It says Annotate, and it will allow you to draw on the screen. Now I'm going to be using a pen, and I bought myself one of those drawing tablets. So I'm going to be using a drawing tablet because it helps me, and I use this feature quite a lot. But you can have mouse mode so you can move things around. You can use select. We'll talk about that in a minute. That's to select an annotation or a text you've already made. You can create a text box so that you can type things directly on the screen. And if I were to hit the select button now, I can grab and move that annotation using the select button. And then my favorite one is draw. I describe myself as a doodler. You have to hover over draw and choose the one that you want. I'm just going to choose pen mode in the top left. You can change the color over here, and this allows you to scribble right on top of the screen. So when I do geography with my students, I can write the names of the country as we're talking about it right on top of the image. Now, what I'm drawing on is an image of the screen. Notice how I can also draw on top of the top of the browser right there, right? And I can draw on things. It won't let me draw over the annotation bar because that's part of Zoom, but I can draw on any other part of the screen that's not part of the Zoom app. If I want to erase these annotations, I can click on the eraser, and it will erase the entire annotation all at once. So as long as it's one solid line, it will erase that. It will also erase text boxes. So let's erase all of these annotations that I made by clicking and dragging the eraser over it. They also have really cool stamps. So if I do multiple choice practice with the kids, I can say this is the correct answer and this is the wrong answer. I really like this answer here. I love that answer there. And it allows you to kind of put little stamps on, which is kind of fun. Also, you can clear the entire screen by putting on the trash can, clear all drawings, or clear my drawings, or clear a viewer's drawings. The viewer's drawings, potentially if students are using a PC or a Mac, they can also annotate the screen, but if the students are using a Chromebook, it's not supported, so they won't be able to do annotations anyway. Let's clear all the drawings. And then also under draw, there's other things here too. So I can do a box, I can draw arrows connecting two concepts together, I can do a single arrow, I can do a filled in circle, I can do a blank circle. There's all kinds of fun things that you can do. Right, you can do kind of like a highlighted box instead if you're highlighting an area. If you make a mistake, use always an undo or a redo button to go back and forth. And let's say that you have a particularly brilliant session and you have a really great brainstorming session. and all the students gave really interesting ideas, and you had the most amazing drawings in the world, and you want to save it perhaps and upload that drawing to Google Classroom later, you can click on Save. And it will save a copy of the screen as it was on a folder on your computer. So I'm going to click on Save, Show in Folder, and then here it is. Here's my screenshot. Notice how the annotations is still over that screen as well, because the annotations are not connected to the website, but it's just sitting on top of my screen like a separate layer. So you will have to get in the habit of clearing your drawings and then hitting the mouse button before you can do anything else about it. But just to show you what the screenshot looks like, right, there's the screen with a picture of my face with my annotations on it, and then this is just a picture file, I can upload this to Google Classroom so that the students have access to see it after the fact. To close out of the menu, you see I moved it over a little bit, to get rid of the annotations, you can just click on the X, but please also be aware, if I were to draw on the screen and close out of the annotations menu, the annotation will stay there. So if you want to get rid of it, because even if I open up different tabs, right, the annotation is still going to be there. In order to get rid of it fully, make sure in the annotation function you hit clear my drawings before you leave it. And then you'll have access to sharing your screen as you were before. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please make sure you reach out anytime to the NP Techies, and have a lovely day.